Hello and welcome, I'm Dante and this is Low Mana. Earlier today, Blizzard sent out a new tweet as well as a post on Facebook, hinting at something in the past of King's Row coming into light on April 11th. There isn't much to go on, but as chance would have it, we've been looking at the history of King's Row recently for other videos, and we have a few ideas of what could be hitting our screens next week. This small teaser shares a lot of hints at potential past events and what we will be learning in the coming weeks. Starting with the mission title itself, King's Row Uprising, entered into the record 7 years ago. This combined with the banner to the left requiring a mandatory robot registration would suggest that this relates to Omnics. Notice how they are still called robots and not Omnics here, despite clearly having an image of what we almost consider to be the standard Omnic on the poster. To us this hints at the mission being related to the rising of Omnics, not due to the crisis, but for their rights. King's Row in the UK in general is reported to be incredibly intolerant of Omnics and practically subjugated them in the years following the Omnic crisis. Could this be the turning point that eventually led to such progress, allowing Tekhartha Mondatta to speak openly on the streets of King's Row, as seen in Alive? Hidden behind the main file image we see a spinning model of Tracer, in her full Overwatch gear, her accelerator clearly on show, proving that the slipstream event that turned her from the pilot to agent had by this point already happened. At only 26 in current timelines, this puts Lena in the tender age of 19 during this event. And given her prominence in this mini-vid, we'd say it's very likely she played a key role in whatever this uprising was. Perhaps it's the event that brought her to the forefront of global consciousness. Remember, she's considered to be one of the greatest by many kids like Timmy after all, and she does refer to King's Row as her old stomping ground. Some local knowledge at play in these events perhaps. The last two images are hints at location, or more likely locations. The bottom left appears to be the London Underground, with tracks running to the right side of the image, stairs leading up to the left along with a poster or advertisement of some kind. Potentially even a TV screen displaying on an ongoing event. To the top right we have a somewhat obscured poster, but from what I can tell this says Turing Green SW0, Building an Omnic Future. The SW postcode in the UK covers parts of southwest London, including the Houses of Parliament which would fit the fictional location of King's Row. Though SW0 itself isn't a real life area, assuming that the Turing Green is a reference to the Turing test, that has pretty major implications for the Overwatch universe. In short, the Turing test is the term used to determining if an AI has the ability to exhibit intelligent behaviour equivalent to that of a human. It involves tricking humans into believing that they are talking to another human. Once an AI can do this, it can be considered to have its own free thought, and not merely an AI running stock responses. Alternatively, this could just be a reference to a building development specifically for Omnics, perhaps what became the underground city that houses them on the current map. Time will tell, but it'll be good to hear your thoughts. But back to the line of thinking that this relates to the free thought of Omnics. If this is the case, then this could be the turning point that led from robots to the Omnics with free will we see today. Considering the past of the crisis, it's easy to see how this could lead to an alternate uprising. People versus Omnics, which we have seen hints of before, even on the streets of King Row. Considering how close this is to the end of Overwatch, it's possible this is the first time Overwatch stepped in to help Omnics, as well as their supporters over that of just humans, or at least the first time we've heard of this happening. Potential lore bombs aside, what could this announcement be? The most common theory seems to be that this is leading to a new event, much like what we've seen before for events such as Halloween. We don't see a reason to disagree with this, but the content of this could be a little different than others have suspected. It seems at least somewhat plausible that this will be another PvE event, with us the players taking a role of a select few Overwatch members, to take some part in or against the uprising. Alternatively, this could just be a teaser for a future animation, but considering Blizzard's current track records, this seems unlikely, although we'll never complain about more lore. If we are to get a new event, and seeing an Overwatch kitted Tracer here, then we can be pretty confident that we'll see some new skins incoming, sprays, voice lines, and even emotes. What would you guys like to see? Thanks for watching this brief look into what seems to be certain to be the next step in the Overwatch story. What do you think is the cause for this uprising, and what does this mean for the world of Overwatch? Do you agree with the idea of a PvE event, or would you like to see something else? If so, what? If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button, and if you want to see more of what we do, don't forget to subscribe. You can also hit that little bell to receive notifications of content as it's released. Until next time, I've been Dante, thanks for watching.